we're seeing wages outpace inflation this year. This is a big deal. I don't think this happened during Biden's presidency. I think this is a unique thing to President Trump's economy. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Look, I think other than, I'm sure the president would agree with me on both, other than the fact he's the most transformative political figure of this century, the other reason he won is because the bottom 50% of working Americans got crushed. That if you go by the standard inflation numbers, PCE, CPI during the Biden years, it was about 18 or 21%. The reported wages for working Americans were about 3% below those numbers, but that isn't the real story because working class Americans have a different basket of goods and services than everyone in this room. They're dependent on used cars, insurance, rent. They don't have assets. So they probably experienced inflation between 32, 35% with wage growth at 16. So they had a gigantic loss of purchasing power. And so with this administration, we're committed to doing two things. Everyone says, how are you going to fix the affordability crisis? And the first way to do it was to bring down inflation, to make sure inflation doesn't get worse. So in May, we had the best inflation numbers in 4 years. They're down. Inflation's down. But as you said, we're going to get real wage growth up, which is what happened in President Trump's first term. In President Trump's first term, hourly workers did better than supervisory workers. The bottom 50% of households' net worth went up more than the top 10%, which might not suit anybody in this room, but it was great for working Americans.